Today we've got a 48 row 15 DB60 planter that I'm going to walk through hooking up to the tractor and doing some configuration back here. So you notice here on the 48 row, in any even row machine, you have the first row unit being a rear row or a soybean row in most cases. So here it's in the corn configuration, it's locked up. Your 30-inch rows would be your front short arm rows, and your soybean rows are going to be your long rows. When you switch to soybeans, you're going to lower this down, and now the planter is going to be a little bit wider to the left because you've got one row added on the left side. To account for that, we're going to go up to the tractor and we're going to move the drawbar over to the right, which is going to give you about a 7.5 inch shift. So since we added 15 inches to the left of the planter, we shift it 7.5 inches over to the right, and now we're perfectly centered behind the tractor again on an even row machine like this. So the advantage of this configuration is it lets you plant between the standing corn stalks in this case, and you can drive your tractor between the old rows as well. So you're going to save on tire wear, and you're going to be able to plant those soybeans right between the old rows. You're going to use the same AB line that you used for corn in this case because you're just shifting the planter over and you're keeping the tractor in the same spot. Now if you've got an odd row machine, you're actually going to lose a little bit of planter width when you change to soybeans because you don't have this extra row and you've went from a 30-inch guest row down to a 15. So in that case, your planter width shrinks a little bit and you'll be using a new auto track line, and you won't be able to drive between the old corn rows. In that case, you would be shortening your markers as well if you're going to use markers. Now we'll move on to looking at the tractor connections. I'm going to go over some of the hose and harness connections on this DB60 planter today. We're going to start down here at the bottom. We've got these two large hoses are going to our Power Beyond circuit. So we've got the red one is the pressure, the black one is the return, and those hoses are going to be running your power generation system, your hydraulic downforce, so this machine has IRHD, and the wing weight transfer as well. So you want to make sure that large hoses go there. And then we've got SCVs 1 through 5. Number 1 is going to be your frame raised lower circuit, and those are coded, color coded to match your SCVs as well as the markings for the extend and return cylinders. On number 2, we've got markers and folding. And then this planter has got 3 vacuum fans plumbed independently. So we've got vacuum on 3, 4, and 5. Now you note on vacuum fans, we always want to put the pressure on the right side of the stack and the return on the left side. That allows you to engage the vacuum fans by clicking forward in the cab so that when you shut them down, you just go down one step further to the float position. Moving on to the last hose, you'll see up here, it's coded LS, and it has an orange marker. That's our load sense circuit, which is required anytime you have hydraulic power generation on your planter. So we have that connected up to that flat face coupler. The last connections that you'll need to make for hydraulic would be your case drain hose down here at the bottom. That's going to relieve any pressure buildup from the vacuum fan motors. We have our standard lighting circuit, and then we have our main can harness right here, which goes up to your top can connector. You always want to make sure that this loop is installed for your aux power, which is going to give you your power for your EPG power generator.